Okay, very nice. All right, pretty on you up. All right, Charith, welcome back to New Zealand. How is the team? How is it to be back here in New Zealand?
First of all, thank you so much, and I think it's great to be in New Zealand, and we love this country, and we love to tour in here, and I think guys pretty much doing well, and hope to start well the tournament.
Absolutely. What is it that you enjoy, the team enjoys about coming to New Zealand?
It's definitely the nature, and the beautiful people, and the kindness of there, and we always enjoy that.
Yeah, and specifically here at Mount Maunganui, you've come here before or no?
Now this is my first time in here, and lovely beaches.
Yeah, and what about the mountain as well?
Definitely, yes, it's nice to see, and all day we can enjoy here.
Yeah, absolutely. And in terms of the cricket, you've obviously toured here before. How are the conditions different to Sri Lanka?
It's mainly, I think, bounce and the seam movement. The different is, and I think we have to adapt quickly to these conditions to fight with these guys, because we all know that New Zealand is very tough team to beat, and I think we have to adapt quickly. That's the main thing as a captain. I think.
And in terms of the way Sri Lanka are playing at the moment, we see a lot of positive cricket, aggressive cricket. Is that what we expect to see more of as well, playing with that positive intent?
Yeah, hope to see again, and I think that's the mindset changed been happened in recent past. I think boys, that's why came up really quickly to the next level, and hope to fight against these guys.
And obviously, you know the New Zealand team well. The teams, they get on well. New Zealand and Sri Lanka, the teams get on well, friendly.
Definitely, as we all know that New Zealanders are very friendly, and also Sri Lankans, very familiar with each and everyone, and they are good friends of us.
Yeah, cool. And the last tour here was you had some close games. There was a super over, and close one in Queenstown. Can you tell us your memories of those games?
Uh, First of all, the super over was amazing, and it was a very tight game, and luckily we won. And yeah, it's not good that beaten by them in Queenstown. It's tight game, and uh, I think they were batting amazingly well to beat us. And but it's a good tour and good competitive tournament.
Yeah. So you've come close before, but no Sri Lanka team has won a white ball series in New Zealand. You've come close before. How much what would it mean to Sri Lanka to be the first team to do that?
I think that's the thing we want to achieve, and we all know that it's not easy. But if we are executing well our plans, I think there will be a good chance for us.
And Sri Lanka, we saw some Sri Lankan fans down at Lincoln come to watch the warm-up game. There's a lot of Sri Lankan people in New Zealand, so you expect to have some good support.
Of course, yes. Always Sri Lankans are uh, very much like to watching cricket at anywhere in the world, and I hope their supports in next few matches.
Awesome. And then just lastly, on the New Zealand team, there's some new players. There's a Bevon Jacobs, a couple of the ones who played over in Sri Lanka as well. Have you been able to scout them and know what's coming at you?
Yeah, Jacobs been played with us that warm-up game. I think he's matched, and he looks like a good player, and others are also good players. I think they are really tight and really tough.
Yeah, cool. And then just lastly, will you guys do anything outside of the cricket here? Have you been able to go to the beaches or do anything outside of cricket yet?
We couldn't do it, but have planned to do in next few days.
Yeah, cool. And some of the families are over as well?
Yes.
Yeah, nice. Firstly, have you got a team for us for tomorrow? And talk us through the rationale.
With unfortunately Nathan Smith and BJ Jacobs aren't playing the first one. I guess a similar makeup to what we had in Sri Lanka. A little bit of continuity and then a few boys coming back, Ruchin and Matt Henry. So long batting lineup and a few spinners.
Yeah, I was going to say it gives you a lot of options across the 11 with guys who can bowl a bit, but also bat right down the order. Did that influence selection?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I think just with we've got a few all-rounders now in the makeup that can offer some overs with the ball, which is always handy. I think these days having 5 bowlers it can be tough with matchups and so on. So, but yeah, I think pretty happy with the balance and good to go for tomorrow. I guess there's a bit of intent there to start this series well. First white ball series of the home summer in front of the home crowd. Yeah, no, it's going to be. I think it's going to be a great series. We obviously saw how Sri Lanka, how good they were in their home conditions. So I guess conditions slightly different to probably what they're used to, but we know they're a quality side. You know, a very side that's been together for a while now, and have some great players coming through. So, but it's always good to play in front of our home fans, and it doesn't change tomorrow night here at the Mount.
For the games ahead.
Yeah, I think we have a nice little period now of white ball cricket coming up with a major tournament coming up as well. But it starts tomorrow here. It's a great opportunity for a few of these boys to play in front of hopefully a pretty full house here at the Mount, and just enjoy it. I guess they've been picked for their skills, what they've done in domestic cricket, and it doesn't change. We want them to have that freedom and to play their own way, and as a collective all buy into the team.
So obviously the likes of Tim Robinson, Zach, Mitch are going to be playing. They've obviously played overseas. But when you come home and it's your first black caps, I guess, how are their energy levels, and does it take you back to when you first joined and had the first games?
Yeah, I think I guess with the bat over in Sri Lanka, it was some challenging pitches, especially for Robbo, and I think he'll be getting ready to get out there on I'd imagine a pretty good one. But yeah, it's a great experience. Playing all over the world in different conditions, and I guess coming back here, the boys have played a lot of domestic cricket here, and kind of know how the pitch is going to play and what the conditions are going to be like. So yeah, I think the physicals for them and the whole squad are pretty high, leading into a pretty tough series.
There's obviously the conditions, but also just the fact that you are playing in front of a full New Zealand crowd with the bird on your chest. What's your specific advice to those newer guys who are going to have their first sort of taste of what it's like to play Black Caps in the home international summer?
Yeah, just to enjoy and embrace it. It's pretty cool. Playing in front of your home fans. It doesn't get much better, and at a pretty nice ground. So I think the moment can get the best of you at times, but it's just trying to relax and enjoy it. It's just a game at the end of the day, but we're all out there together, and that's our kind of mantra, is to be all in it together and show that out in the field and back everyone, and the trust is there from everyone behind whoever's bowling or whoever's batting. So just have that freedom to just embrace it and enjoy yourself.
Cool. And just last one before I pass it over to any of the other media who are here. Bay Oval obviously had a bit of an upgrade here as well, looking pretty good for those who aren't here. Can you talk to us about the development and the continual sort of growth of this ground, which is obviously one of your home grounds?
Yeah, it looks like an absolute pitcher. Usually a pretty quick outfield. We did some fielding today, which is value for shots. Conditions, it's usually pretty nice. Weather looks good for tomorrow, and nice little upgraded extension of the pavilion there. It's it's a great area now. It's I think something about watching cricket on a grass bank. It's so cool. I mean, grew up watching a lot at Seddon Park, sitting on the grass bank when I was a kid, so it kind of brings back those memories.
Anything from just a quick one on Sri Lanka then. They're kind of key threats, and they've never won a series over here in white ball cricket, but they're a hugely talented side, aren't they? So I guess where do you see the threats from them, and where will the keys be for the series?
Yeah, I think if you look at their team, it's probably one of the best teams they've produced. As a collective, I think they have all bases covered. I think obviously a few, the fast bowlers, Patiran is always a challenge, and Asitha and spinners, obviously we know how good they are, and they showed that in Sri Lanka. But I think their middle order, their batting, their top six is dangerous all the way through. So we've got to be on tomorrow, and a few lefties, which produces a little bit of a challenge. But yeah, I think a few of the young boys have showed how good they can be, and I think that group they've got together can take their team forward for a number of years going forward. They're all kind of mid to late 20s, which is a good spot.
Cool. Thank you very much.